Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P Farm Thinking Right out here in my lab and also in the book. I done switched up. See, I'm hitting my philosophy to make a point. A good lesson today, one page of information, but I think it's very important. So I took the time to picked it out personally. So let's go. Rightism. 25 rule to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune into receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? Oh, you will when I'm through. That's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to be true. Right thinkers, let's talk about the path of Maya as a spiritual discipline and a guide to enlightenment. This is the path that I chose 30 years ago. So I got a little kinship with this. So this is going to be personal. It should be fun, but very informative. Pay attention. Let's go. The path of Maya as a spiritual discipline. Those who desire, again, to tread the path of Maya should allow their devotional feelings to flow toward the divine mother. Yeah, you heard me. The divine mother. She's the goddess. Maya. You must begin to feel that your actions, your thoughts, and your words are those of the goddess Maya. I told you I eat, sleep, and drink Maya. I drown myself, I lavish myself in the liquor of Maya. Place yourself in her hands. That's what I'm doing. Watch this. And by doing this, you will allow her loving hands to what? Guide you. Let her guide you. Let your conscience be your guide. Watch this. And you feel that adversity. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. When you feel that adversity you have created for yourself, right there, will have will be overcome how? Through the grace of Maya. See adversity as lessons. Look, from who? The divine mother, and chant her name in adoration and praise as the very source of your strength and your will to what? To be able to destroy what is ignorant, aka one's ego, and sinful, where within oneself, so that as to purify your heart, and you chant this chant. This is my favorite chant. I learned this chant a long time ago, and it just refreshed my memory. I'm just loving this. Om Mayati Am Makaru. I love saying Makaru. It means your divine self manifesting as the dual Mayate, meaning both sides balance, and grant that I become purified and enlightened through my actions of following what Maya in life. When daily, told you, watch this. And this is what I've been doing for 30 years. I love this. Watch, I know this. You must strive to understand that your struggles, everything here is about you, self. Your struggles have not come to you what? By accident. Ain't no such thing as Coincidence. What's this? Just as your prosperity as have not come to you by accident, you need to understand that God, in the form of Maya, is behind every situation in your life, just as she is behind, you ready for this? The relentless and the perfect movement of the planets and the stars. Remember, the first thing God did when he came out there known was set balance, Maya, order. So that's what she represents. Anything after God is stand on balance is represented by Maya. Okay, everything in creation. That's what he's saying. And what's this? I got another whole bunch of stuff by out. But with this wisdom, now you can develop a feeling of what? Personal contentment within what? Yourself. And to avoid, you ready? Useless and negative expectation. I just gave you a lesson about the less you expect from people, the less you can be what? Disappointed. Okay, I gave you another situation about dealing with uncomfortable situations and being comfortable. That's self mastery. This is the things I practice to get to that level. That's how I know. People expect things out of life, not right thinkers. Why? That's you setting you up for what? Disappointment. Not realizing what? That the world is not set up. See me. Wait. Okay. People expect things out of life. What's it? And not realizing that the world is not set up to pamper anyone's ego to make a difference who you are. The world ain't here to cater to you. That's what he's saying. Your boy think it is, so he's trying to do everything he can to get his way. But you may now expect things and work for things out of life, but knowing that the Divine Mother will grant you what you need, just as a good parent provide what a child needs. I grew up with the philosophy and understanding. He gave me everything I needed. Mom, everything I needed. So I got what I needed. They didn't supply my wants, but my needs was always answered. So as a good parent, that's all you can ask for. Okay? You may now pray for what? Material things, in other words, do and fulfill your own desires with them. But not all of your prayers will be answered. Why? What's this? Because there is a higher intellect that knows what is best for you, even when you don't. Therefore, as a spiritual aspirant, you should surrender your egoistic consciousness, well, and your egoistic desires to the will of what? The divine self, your higher self. I told you, when your ego is put in check, he will work harder for you than anybody else. But if you don't check him, he'd be your worst enemy. Okay, understand that. So when you do, so you will now realize what? That this tension, the anxieties, and the stress that you personally created, the fetters on yourself, by what? Pressuring yourself was useless and self-destructive. Why? Because it led you away from your inner peace, your true self, and did not allow you to have what? Total clarity of mind to see the way out of what? Your life situations. Some people can't see an end to the means, they what? Take their life. You should see light at the end of the tunnel, and it shouldn't be an oncoming train in your life. That means you should see a way out. My man, my minister at my church, he afraid. God to make a way where there ain't no way. That's the concept. I got that. I get understanding. But when you see that your situation, you don't see no way out, then you might take that strategy also. Yeah, excuse me. In situations where your belief or your understanding is limited, you won't see a way out. That's the difference. But you must develop your balance and harmony in your own life. This is what we call Maya. You see me do this every day. That's me showing respect, admiration for her. In this balance, you will now be able to what? Know, not believe, know which direction to take in your life. Right, wrong. You the decision maker. If you know right from wrong, you should be able to make a decision based on what's right for you. This is the guidance from what we call the Divine Mother, Maya, the goddess of what? Organization, order, reciprocity, anything that's good and divine, that's what she represents. Her opposite is called Itfet, chaos. Okay, that's no order. It's everything is out of control. Most people live their life in chaos, and the ego, he's the manifester of chaos. Okay, moving on. Let me wrap this up. When you see yourself as an instrument in the hands of the Divine Mother, God's servant, I call it, this can be done by putting down what? Your ego personality whenever it detects or decided it wants to rise. Stay right there. You put your foot on them, keep them there. That's the concept. Remember, devil, get behind me. You don't need the ego leading. Always choose to act with what? My favorite, righteousness. Do the right thing instead of what? Egoism, what you want, how you feel, and what you think. And know that now you will what? Be blessed or provided for, and that you will not have to worry. The reason why I do the right thing in life, put that right there, right there. I get blessed for doing the right thing, no matter what the situation is. No, no, no. When I used to react to that, I had to deal with that. But when I do this way, I get benefited. I'm blessed for that. Trust me. And have you ever, watch this, have you ever been in trouble and somehow, in you no way, in a mysterious way, you were able to get out of it? We've all had those situations one way or another, and what we say, but God, nobody but God. Yeah, there you go. We always give that when we find out. We always give it to Him, but you shouldn't have to take. It shouldn't take that for you to give it to Him. That's my another point I'm trying to make. Trust me, it's good to have it and not need it, but need it, don't have it, you'll find the difference. That's the difference in living right and doing right. You'll always get the nod when needed. Excuse me. Sorry. This was not by luck or chance. See, we're going with this synchronicity. It, it is what we call the grace of God, the Divine Mother. Devote yourself to what? Giving and doing selfless service in the name of the goddess Maya. You need not advertise. Oh, I do this, I do that. Nope. Why? You are doing what you are doing, and the people who recognize it to ourselves will take care of you. Simply help others at every opportunity as it arises. Just doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do again, while at the same time keeping company with righteous and virtuous people, my church family. I love them with what? High-minded morals and standards and ideas about themselves. They practice Christians. They're Christians, but they're good people. That's what I love about them. Wrapping it up, taking it home. When you pray, don't make a difference. Pray each morning that the divine self may use you to what? Better the world. I think I'm doing something for humanity. I'm doing my job, what I think is best for helping my people. Pray that you be led to purity of heart. Did that. That your mind is cleansed of negative anger, hatred, jealousy, greed, anxiety, stress, dullness, insecurity, agitation, and I can go on. But when you take them out of your character, you are a different person. Trust me, which is crippling. These things crippling your ability to truly discover what they call divine bliss and happiness within oneself. Wow, you got too much stuff going on. Ain't nothing gonna be good up in there. Eradicate that. And as you do these things, you now will develop what we call insight, third eye vision into your calling to know who and what you should be doing. When you discover it, now you will feel what? A deeper enjoyment from the work in which cannot be measured in monetary sense. I tell you, I do this not for the money, but to help somebody else out. That's the blessing that I receive. It ain't got to be a monetary form. That's what they said right there. Again, I know this. Righteous actions, selfless service, daily meditation, daily study of the teachings, self-control. That exhibit that I'm about to freak out. Equanimity in your thought process. You got two hemispheres of the brain. Use both of them equally. And your spiritual, harmony, equanimity, harmony, peace, order, self-contentment, and effacement, mean conquering of one's ego, are what we call the liquor maya. Ding, 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 ding. Those are the qualities that you want to exhibit. Righteousness, righteous actions, selfless service, daily meditation, studying, maintaining self-control, using the brain with equanimity, harmony. You obtain peace and order, contentment, and you do all this by what? Conquering and defacing or effacing one's ego. That's what Mayat is all about. A spiritual aspirant, right thinker, must surround him or herself with this divine nectar because it is the substance which leads you to spiritual enlightenment, the realization of what we call immortality, combining one supreme bliss while what? Still alive in the life beyond. You'll get that guaranteed for the afterlife if you do it in this life. That's the goal. That's the idea. That's the lesson. I told you it's gonna be quick, but hopefully very informative because that's what I live by, and this is proof right here. I've been doing this for a long time. Hope you enjoy the lesson. I got to go. And right thinkers, may y'all live to be 100, 100 miles a day. So I never know my right thinkers. I'm starting to know more about themselves. If you want to choose the Maya path of spirituality, spiritual discipline, have passed away. Know thyself.